Halo, selamat siang Bapak, Ibu-ibu sekalian. Kita lanjut dengan Bapak ini yang kebetulan ya teman dari negara saya, negara Amerika Serikat. Walaupun negara bagiannya agak lain di Texas. Tapi sebenarnya sejarah Bapak ini sebenarnya menarik juga. Bukan hanya orang Amerika, tapi sepertinya lahir di Lebanon ya. How old were you when you came to the US?
About 5.
Pada saat masih 5 tahun baru datang ke Amerika Serikat, dan sekarang sudah dosen di SMU, yaitu Southern Methodist University di Texas sekarang, dan bukan hanya guru dosen, tapi juga pemimpin satu grup dan personelnya beberapa mahasiswanya yang berganti-ganti sebenarnya. Jadi itulah bisa dibilang guru sakti juga kan sebenarnya. I was just explaining that you're a teacher and exactly who you are.
The guitar player and the wind player are my students.
That's just what I said.
Oh, good.
It's like you can understand Indonesian.
Oh, good. And I should tell them about the instruments. This one is the main instrument.
Okay, you just use the mic so they can hear you in English, and then.
Oh, they want to hear me in English? Okay. So,
People always want to. That's for the drums. Satu.
So
use this one for
okay,
the drum,
yeah, that's good.
so that you each have your own voice.
That's good. So since I was born in Lebanon, I grew up listening to Middle Eastern music, but I started playing. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I was born in Lebanon, but I grew up in America, and so my family played Middle Eastern music at home. But when I started playing drums, I did not play Middle Eastern music. I started playing rock and roll drums.
Jadi Bapak ini walaupun lahir di Lebanon, waktu 5 tahun sudah datang ke Amerika, dan pertama kan memang walaupun nggak main musik, dengar musik Arab, musik dari Timur Tengah di rumah kan, pasti semua anak-anak dengar musiknya di rumah. Dan padahal pada saat baru mulai main gendang, bukan gendang Arab yang dimainkan, tapi gendang rock and roll kan, drum kitnya itu yang dengan yang tung 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 itulah.
Yeah. So then later I got into more of the traditional drumming when I went back to Lebanon when I was about 17, and I lived there for a year, and I started exploring more of the traditional music there, and really became fascinated with this instrument. And this instrument is called, the correct name, the classical name is called tabla. And tabla is an Arabic word for drums. It means actually female drum, tabla. And they also have tabl, which is the male, the bigger drums they call tabl. And the smaller drums like this is tabla. So it's kind of a generic word. But in the West, it's come to be associated with the Indian tablas, because when they invented Amr Khusro, who invented the Indian tablas, he named it, the tabla, and then it became people associated with that drum. So I started calling it by more of the slang name, which is known more in the West as doumbek, and that actually is used more for the Persian style drum, which is a very similar drum, and it's more of a slang term, but in the West people know this drum as doumbek and also darbuka, and those are more slang terms, but people have associated it more in the West because of the Indian tabla. So, but when you go to the Middle East, they will call this tabla.
They will call it, or they?
Yeah, that's the name they use, is tabla.
Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Pada saat dia 17 tahun, Bapak ini 17 tahun, baru pulang kampung ke Lebanon, dan pada saat itu baru mulai belajar gendang Arab daripada gendang rock and roll. Did you still play rock and roll drums even?
While I was there, yeah, I actually
Yeah. Tapi tetap aja ada bandnya, ada band rock and roll di Lebanon. Tapi selain itu juga mulai main alat musik ini yang namanya tabla. Dan seperti di Batak ada dua juga, ada jenis perempuan dan laki-laki kan. Itu juga kita dengar dari Bali kan. Tapi jadi yang perempuan namanya tabla, yang laki-laki namanya tabl kan. Tapi yang laki-lakinya yang lebih besar daripada yang perempuan. Padahal di Indonesia biasanya yang wadon kan perempuannya lebih besar daripada laki-laki. Jadi sedikit terbalik, tapi tetap aja ada dua jenis kan. Jadi kalau nama klasikannya, kalau kita melihat dari sastra-sastra lama dari Arab, memang namanya ini disebut sebagai tabla. Tapi karena tabla itu sudah di India dan dipakai nama itu di India, mungkin pada umumnya orang yang tahu tentang dunia musik mengasosiasikan tabla itu dengan musik India, padahal sebenarnya dari Arab juga. Jadi bapak ini sudah memakai bahasa pasaran untuk kendang ini, yang memakai apa the name of it, darbuka atau what's the other? Atau dumbek. Jadi dumbek itu semua tahu apa itu dumbek dan darbuka juga, tapi sebenarnya nama klasiknya tabla juga kalau ke Arab.
Okay, so the traditional drum in Egypt, where this drum probably originates, I mean, nobody knows for sure, but the original drum the body is made from clay. And the best drums, they use fish skin. Sometimes they use goat but the more expensive drums, the professional ones, they use fish for the cover. So these are the traditional, which I have at home, but when I travel, I designed a special drum. For this one, I made from fiberglass with a synthetic head because, the clay breaks so easily, and also the head is so sensitive to weather. So this one I can travel with, I don't have to worry about the tuning. But the drum originally, and still the traditional drums, are made from clay and covered with fish skin.
Jadi gendang-gendang yang tradisional dari Arab dibuat dari sebenarnya dari Mesir sepertinya tempat originasinya, walaupun kita nggak tahu 100%. Dibuat dari apa? Dari tanah liat sebenarnya kan. Dan ini yang menarik, kepalanya dibuat dari apa? Dari kulit ikan. Bayangkan ikan seperti apa ya? What kind of a fish?
They use different kinds. I think sturgeon is used a lot. When I made my own drums, I use catfish. It looks great, yeah.
Apa catfish?
Lele.
Siya ikan lele inna. Kulit ni ikan lele. Di malu bapak on na mabayan godang sendiri. Sini ikan lele. Tapi juga yang like catfish. Hudokkan ba halak bata lomrohana malu mengalang ikan lele. Di bayan ni petangan. Tapi yang besar, ikan yang besar. Tapi kan bayangkan kalau kita bawa itu pada saat mau jalan-jalan, tanah itu kan pasti kan gampang pecah. Jadi bapak ini yang mendesain gendang ini sendiri dari fiberglass, dari bahan-bahan sintetika, biar bisa tahan banting, kena matahari nggak berubah suaranya. Jadi ini sebenarnya desain bapak ini sendiri dan luar biasa bagus, bisa kulit. What is this on the bottom of it? Oh, namanya. Oh, ada namanya di bawah, ada gelarnya. Wah, bagus sekali.
So, and I should say that this drum has a similarity, the traditional drums have a similarity to the djembe that you will be hearing from West Africa, because from Egypt to West Africa was, of course, a lot of communication. So the differences in Egypt, they're made from clay. West Africa is bigger and made from wood, but they were laced the same way. So when you see the lacing on the djembe, the darbuka or tabla also had the same attachment for the skin.
Exactly the right choice.
So depending whether, you know, you can put the bass notes, but you have to keep the phrasing always. But within that, you can embellish and improvise.
Bisa improvisasi di dalam itu kalau tetap aja pola yang sama, yang 7, 7, 11. Di dalamnya terserah kita yang rendah, yang tinggi, tapi apa ya frasanya harus sampai 25 dan harus 7, 7, 11 di dalamnya. Jadi sebenarnya rumit ya.
Yeah. So that's just an example of some of the different rhythms and techniques that we're using. So
Itu salah satu contoh.
Yeah.
Ada pertanyaan juga dulu ya, if there are questions. Ada pertanyaan pada Bapak ini. Oh ya, halo.
Ya.
Pak.
Alatnya itu sudah diproduksi banyak atau hanya ini aja satu-satunya?
Kenapa mau beli?
No, just ask.
Are these instruments? Are they mass produced or is it
This
just
one
one or
is,
two?
these are mass produced.
You can buy them now.
Yeah, you can buy these in music stores.
Sekarang sudah bisa dibeli di toko musik, but only in the US, right? Or
No.
di Amerika Serikat, di seluruh dunia ya, di seluruh dunia. Jadi itulah sudah di mass produksi ya.
Harganya?
How much do they cost?
Oh, this one like this is about $125.
Oh, 1.250.000, nggak begitu mahal.
Ada bawa beberapa?
How many have you brought?
Oh,
Have you brought any?
I just brought one.
Hanya satu, harus dibeli ini. Kurasa lebih mahal itu kalau ini yang berpengalaman ini kan.
But maybe I can
Itu.
Tapi ayo berbicara habis ini, katanya. Ternyata orang bisnis juga, I said you are a good businessman. Nantilah aku dikasih tahu web situsnya untuk yang yang tertarik. I told them you can tell the website later.
Yeah, that's good. Any more questions?
Ada pertanyaan lagi? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Is there a difference in sound between the clay framed drums, the clay drums, and the fiberglass drums?
A little bit, yeah. Mainly the difference in the skin will make a difference because the fish skin. The main difference, like for clay, if I wanted to play here, I get a nice ringing sound. Sometimes I play on that.
Oh, yeah.
And this one, you don't get that ringing sound like you do on the clay. Clay has a little more resonance, but very little.
What's Jadi sebenarnya kalau yang dari clay itu tidak ada perbedaan yang besar, kecuali kalau dimainkan di bawah, kan bawahnya sendiri itu mungkin ada perbedaan. Perbedaannya sebenarnya atasannya kan, kepalanya Molosian Sibahut kan lain lah daripada yang biasa kan, itulah. Jadi itulah yang kepalanya yang lain sebenarnya daripada yang badannya.
Okay. Yes, you want a question?
Yes. Which do you prefer? It's all about the construction of the drum. They're interested in. Which do you prefer? The sound, the fiberglass or the fish skin?
Fish skin and clay, of course.
Iya, itulah yang asli sebenarnya yang paling bagus. Tapi kalau toh rusaklah kendangnya dan nggak bisa dimainkan, susah. Ya, susah dibawa keluar kan.
But this one's much more convenient. The other one's very high maintenance.
Iya.
I have to bring a heating pad.
Oh, iya ya, perawatnya susah dan apalagi nggak ada perbedaan suara kalau toh rusak gendangnya kan nggak bisa dimainkan pada pertunjukannya.